Shalom, Yasharala. All praise and glory to the Most High for another day closer to the kingdom. Hallelujah. As always, I'm going to start out with Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. Giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. So, as y'all know, I've been locked in Hosea 5:15. So I'm going to continue there. Roll with me as we go into these scriptures and get some clarity on our culture, who we are as the Israelites, and what we got to do and what we have done so we don't make the same mistakes and learn what we need to do to make it to the kingdom. So Hosea 5 and 15, I will go and return to my place. Most I say he's going to go and return to his place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early. You see, so it's very important. You know, I went through how we offended the Most High, how we got to seek his face because he turned his face away from us because we broke his laws. The same thing that you're learning in these religions, that you're not under law, or you would be keeping the moral laws, the civil laws, the dietary laws, ceremonial laws. And you would be getting ready to celebrate no Christmas, you see. But see, you haven't been taught right. So therefore, you're in error of what the scriptures is talking about. Even our culture, you have no idea. Right now, we shouldn't be celebrating Christmas. We should be celebrating, like we get ready to celebrate the Feast of Dedication, the Feast of Lights, what they call Hanukkah. You see? So once I said, in their affliction, they will seek me early. It's cold, man. So we're going to go into the scriptures tonight and today and bring forth some understanding of what we got to do, like I said, and what was told to us in our records of this Bible to come back to the Most High. Don't wait till he visits you and just say, oh, he got something for you. Because everybody going to be able to seek his face. You're going to see that too. Go to 2 Ezra 15 and start at verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people, who are the 12 tribes here, just in case any of you doubt that. Let's go to what most people that go to church hear when they hear their sermons, the New Testament, as far as who the Most High's people are. And that's in Matthew 2 and 6. He said, speak thou in the ears of my people. So who's the Most High people? And thou Bethlehem. This is Matthew 2 and 6. In the land of Judah are not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor. Talk about a Mashiach Yahushai. That shall rule my people Israel. See? So the Most High's people are the Israelites. Now going back to 2 Ezra 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Most High. And cause them to be written in paper. That's why it's here. In the Apocrypha, the books of Ezra. For they are faithful and true. Fear none. Fear not the imaginations against thee. It's a whole lot of think tanks really working against us right now. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful, all you that don't believe in the Most High, shall die in their unfaithfulness. He said, I'm going to kill you. Thus say the Most High. He said, behold, said the Most High, I will bring plagues upon the world The sword. There's people dying. Sword, modern day swords, guns, weapons, famine, food shortage. Biden even says it's going to be a food shortage. Death. We're seeing more death than we ever seen. As quickly. And destruction. Hear that? And destruction. You say, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. See that? That's why the Most High told us in Revelation 18:4, again, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, we the Israelites, that ye be not partakers of her sins. Transgressing the Most High's laws. That's why you got to know the laws. What is sin? Y'all like to say, we all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. What is sin? Let's see if it coincides with what these preachers are teaching the people, that they're not under the law. What's this definition of sin in 1 John 3 and 4? Whosoever committeth sin transgresses also the law. Those are laws that the Most High wrote with his finger. The work of the Most High, it says, for sin is the transgression of the law. So don't think you're going to get away with sinning just because you have faith. And you really don't have faith in the Most High. You ain't doing what he say do. Look, you say all the faithless going to die. How you have faith in him, you're not doing what he say do. Make that make sense. That's why he told us. Revelation 18:4, he said, I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, Israelites, that ye be not partakers of her sins. You got to know the laws of the Most High to know what sin is, so you don't break them. And that you receive not of her plagues. It's the Most High plague in this place. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquity, America's iniquities, wickedness. Understand, overstand this. Going back to the Apocrypha. 2nd Ezra. 16 and 19. Behold, famine. That's food shortages, y'all. This is already hitting a lot of places. Shelves are empty. Behold, famine and plagues, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendments. They sent as scourges just to whoop you in submission to the Most High's rules and regulations. Y'all know about that. His laws, statutes, commandments. But for all these things, the Most High tearing us up, they shall not turn from their wickedness. Hear that? All these things, they will not turn away from their wickedness. Now you look at sometime, we've been subject to things happening to us. Most High do things to get our attention. And what we do, go right back to sleep. Like this witchcraft that's in this earth is affecting us. And it do. Some people, if you ain't really grounded in this, believe me, he can have you just like that. The devil. He said, but for all these things, the butt whooping that people have gotten and have suffered, they shall not turn from their wickedness. They ain't gonna learn till the Most High put them in the ground. That's when you get our attention for real, for real. Nor be always mindful of the scourges, the things that just happened to us. You ain't gonna be thinking about it. Verse 37, he said, behold, the plagues draw nigh. He said, these plagues that the Most High put on this earth draw near and are not slack. I mean, they coming back to back to back to back to back. as when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Those contractions, they far apart, they get closer and closer and closer, but each one is painful. From what he's saying here, and any woman that I know that have talked about giving childbirth, they say it's painful. As when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Hear that? They be far apart, they get closer and closer and closer and closer, pain be screaming until the baby come out. He said these pains slack not a moment. You women that have babies, you know about this. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. And the world shall mourn. Nobody gonna be happy in this time. And sorrow shall come upon it on every side. He said, "Oh, my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle. Make you ready for this spiritual war and physical war. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth." You might have to just get up and leave from wherever your comfort zone is. See, you gotta be ready. Are you ready to make a move? Can't be playing with this, man. Ecclesiastes 11 and 25. You say in the day of prosperity, there's forgetfulness of affliction. When people come up, people be all down and out, went through all kind of stuff. Let them get some money. Let them come up with a little bit of money. See how they change, especially our people, man. They learn all these scriptures be right out the window, like you ain't learned nothing. What it say? In the day of prosperity, there is forgetfulness of affliction. You see? He said, our affliction, we're going to seek up early, right? He said, but in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction. You forget about the things that the Most High then sent you through, like that butt whooping you just talked about. And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. You see? When you start hurting, when you start dealing with your health, you start dealing with all these things, havocs, death, and famine, and all the things that's going down, and it's like you got money, but you can't get nothing because you ain't nothing to get, to buy. It's going down. These plagues going to be coming on the earth. Look at when a hurricane through. That hurricane going through, what you going to buy then? That's why you're going to have to be like a pilgrim. You got to leave from wherever you at. Go somewhere where you can actually survive. Look, he said, for it is an easy thing unto the Most High in the day of death. Hear that? When somebody die, to reward a man according to his ways. That's what's going to happen. You're going to see when we end, by the time we get finished with this, you're going to see that's what it's going to be all about. But what you've done to these mortal bodies and what we've done to these mortal bodies, we're going to be held accountable. Go to Matthew 24 and 21. Matthew 24 and 21. Understand this, y'all, because we're in the last days. Matthew 24 and 21. But then shall be great tribulation. Talking about our time that we living in now. Such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. You hear that? Great tribulation. Like no other time in the world. Y'all ready for this? Most High said, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. You hear that? If the Most High did shorten the days that we living in now, he said, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. I'm looking at a lot of footage that they putting out showing, people have like blood clots and so forth when they do their autopsies. A lot of people, what about people just, boom, just falling down dead? Boom, just falling down dead. Boom, just falling down dead. That's why he said, and except those days should be shortened. If he ain't set short these days that we living in now, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You see? And who are the elect? Isaiah 45:4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, the Israelites, mine elect. For our sake, he gonna make the time short. He gonna shorten the days because he gonna have his 1/3, a part of the 1/3 that are gonna be living, that's gonna be redeemed. Go to 2nd Ezra 6, the 6th chapter. No, 2nd Ezra 7th chapter. And let's look at verse 6. Hear the word of the Most High. If you don't hear nothing else. There is also another thing. A city is built and set upon a broad field, and it's full of all good things. That's New Jerusalem, y'all. It's built already. It's already prepared. The entrance thereof is narrow. The entrance to go into this city is narrow, and it's set in a dangerous place to fall. So the entrance is very narrow, and it's set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there were fire on the right hand, and on the left, a deep water. So it's narrow to even enter into, and if you fall on the right side, you're going to be burned up. You fall on the left side, you're going to drown. This is what it's saying. And one only path between them both. Master Shai said in St. John 14:6, he said, I'm the way to show you how to follow the truth, which is the laws of the Most High. Let's sing it together, Psalms 119, 142. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Right? So he said, I'm the way to show you how to follow the truth. That's going to lead to everlasting life. You understand? That's the path, it's the way. You got the path, that's the way you got to go. There's only one way, one only path, which is only one way between them both, even between the fire and the water. So shall that there could but one man go there at once. One man can only go there at once. You can't take your daddy, your mama, your cousins, your aunt, your uncles, nobody, nephews, niece. You can't take nobody. Everybody got to meet the judgment seat by themselves. That's why it's important that you do the right thing while you're in these mortal bodies. He said, thus said the Most High, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, remember we say in our affliction we're going to seek him early. If we don't accept the danger that's set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance? See, ain't no salvation came without a revolution. Ain't no salvation came without bloodshed for anybody. It was war. And it's going to be war that we got to go through. Even it's a spiritual warfare, we still got to go through it. The physical war and the spiritual war. In your affliction, you're going to seek me early. He's letting us know. There ain't gonna be no tiptoe to the road to the tulips and all of that, rose petals and all that. No. You went something that you can't even turn around from. A lot of people, like I say, the truth is a revolving door. You think you can go out here and deal with something, gonna be bugged out of your mind. Where you going? You only can go backwards. You can't go forward. Because you're already disgraced the Most High. That's why I say it's one path, one way. And if you've been called into the calling, the Most High do the calling, He didn't call you into this. I did a lesson on how you make the Most High and the Mashiach of Shai open shame. A lot of people, they think, okay, look, it tells you, about whatever you want to know is here in the Bible. Ain't nothing new under the sun. The spirits that's going to come on this earth, that's going to endure for a while, then boop, they out. But see, he said if you don't go through the danger set before it, that's for us that's really trying to make it. And doing the right thing. We still got to deal with this. Now, those that have, that's why he said, Mashiach Shai said, those that have come in and went back out in the world, he got a complete number of spirits waiting on them, and he said they're going to be beat with many stripes, more so than those that haven't even been called into this. You understand? You've been hoodwinked, man. Bamboozled, as Malcolm said, ran amok, Shanghai. Ain't no way you can go from here, except for keep going forward. That's in my mind. I don't know whichever way you can go. I ain't see nobody go out and then end up way up here. You got something they got to deal with. Or they going to come back to this. Because you ain't getting this in no church. Where you going to go back? They go back to the church, then they realize, man, this from whatever you've heard, and when you stop studying, you got those complete number of spirits that's going to come get you. That's a complete number 7. However many it takes to bring you down. That's why it's very important to stay steadfast. Listen. And I said, it is so, O Most High. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, our portion. We got to go through this danger, these perils, the things that's going to be happening in this earth as we see right now. It's going to get worse and worse. We just got to be in the spirit with the Most High, who is a spirit, that we could be protected. Be safe. Or some of us got to have to go through just what you're going to hear in this lesson. Still got to go through something. All of us. You heard what he said. If he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance? That's going back to Israel. Most High taking us back from scattered amongst all these nations to take us back to Israel. Set us in our own land. He said, because for their sakes, we the Israelites are made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. He ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Almost I told him not to eat of that tree or else he's going to die. And that's what he did. That's why we died. He gave us paradise. So you can live forever. Just eat of the tree of life. That's why we ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The Most High put the angels around the tree of life. So we couldn't eat of that. And live forever in wickedness? I don't think so. He say, then, in the beginning, were the entrances of this world made narrow. So like y'all, I got to go up to verse 11. Because for their sakes I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statute, then was decreed that now is done, right? That means death to everyone. Then were the interests of this world made narrow when he did what he did. Ate of the fruit of lies. Because the devil, that was the first lie I told you. You told Eve, you will not surely die, but you're going to have power. You're going to be as gods. You're going to be like Elohim, the powers, the most high end of Mashiach Yahushua. and any other god that they had of these other nations. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil. Hear that? These days we in are but few and evil, full of perils. That's dangerous and very painful. Shoot, they done passed laws in Chicago, in Illinois, man. You can do all kind of stuff. They arrest you and let you go. Till they get a date for you. For the interest of the elder world, before Adam did what he did, were wide and sure. And everybody obeyed. Wide and sure. And brought immortal fruit. You hear that? I tell you, we was able to live forever and ever and ever. Immortal fruit. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never, I repeat, they can never, ever, 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 ever receive those that are laid up for them. So we got to go through something. That's why I say in your affliction, you going to seek me early. Go to St. John, the 10th chapter. First verse. So yeah, we're going to go through some things. We just got to look at these scriptures, go over this word, pray to the Most High, fear the Most High, repent, keep the commandments of the Most High, and cry to the Most High. St. John 10:1. What myself Shai said, through the power of the Most High. Verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. You hear that? Because that's any, especially you leaders over these churches and our people, the children of Israel, you trying to go some other way. Or if not, then somebody I've been asking for a long time, which one of y'all religious leaders are keeping the moral laws, the civil laws, the dietary laws, the ceremonial laws? That you can operate in the fruits, the law of the Spirit. Because the law is life. The law is life. How you going to say is you're not under the law and you say you believe in the Most High? That's like his work was in vain. 613 laws. He gave us moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, and sacrificial laws. You should be looking at that. You can read from Genesis to Deuteronomy, but he's given us instructions all throughout the Bible. But y'all just deal with the New Testament. And let me not forget, you go to, can a man rob God? You go to that, really, for your tithes, right? Pass the plate. Man, I done seen a whole lot of crazy preacher of a mega church in Atlanta talking about growing marijuana to get the people to come into the church, young people to come into the church, growing marijuana. Come on now. It's looking pretty bad for y'all. But the truth gonna endure forever. Understand, overstand this. But they climb it up some other way. Well, you already heard about the path. It's only one path, only one way. And myself Shai said it. If you understand it in St. John 14:6, he said, I'm the way to show you how to follow the Most High's laws, truth. That's going to lead to everlasting life. Making me something different. Because he ain't the truth. He didn't come to say he was the truth. And did he keep the laws of the Most High? What laws did he break? You're going to see. He kept the laws, man. But if you climb up some other way, the same as a thief and a robber. A thief and a robber. Or the Most High's people's minds. When they say, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge because you have forgotten the laws of the Most High. You've got your power in his laws. That's why our people are destroyed. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the potter openeth, open up the door, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, but they know his voice. But see, y'all done came up with some old strange power. Who was Caesar Borgia, the so-called white man? Because y'all not destroying that. Where that's at? All you mega churches, T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollars and you name them. We're destroying the fact that Hamashiach Yahushua speaking here, a brother. See, at Harold Wool, Revelation 1, 14 to 15. See, his feet like a fine brass if it burned in a furnace. Come on. How you believe in him and you're not letting the people know that he's a brother? Just like me, just like y'all. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And a stranger will they not follow. That's why you see us in this truth. We ain't gonna follow no stranger. Y'all got a strange power. That's why he said, a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. And see, that's what has been come to our people. Strange voice. A strange voice. With a strange, here he is right here. Here he is right here. Strange voice. Strange voice. Yeah. Y'all ain't putting that down? How do you think in your wildest dream you're going to stand before Mashiach Yahushua and you're going to say, as many times as you should have denounced the so-called white man being me, and you didn't, cast him in the lake of fire. Because you're the enemy. Look, oh, y'all think I'm playing? Look, because you cannot say you love him and you ain't putting that down. You got to cancel that out. Look, Luke 19:14. But as citizens, that's us, we as a people. Y'all say y'all believe in Jesus, right? So you as citizen, you fit this category. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. Man, I remember, there's been many case scenarios, some of y'all probably remember too, where pastor came in and put black images up all over the church, you know, brown people all over the church, changed that, took that Caesar Borgia down. Shoot, them older people talking about, we want our old picture back up of our Jesus. Had to take all the black images down. They wanted their Jesus as a Caucasian to be put back on the wall. Didn't matter about no other pictures. Because our people hate themselves, man. That's what he said. But his citizens hated him. And you the same one that hate him too. If you're not going to denounce that he wasn't a so-called Caucasian, you hate him. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him saying, we will not have this man. We can't have no black man be over us, to reign over us, right? That's y'all. So what do you say about them? Since they didn't want him to reign over them, like you don't want him to reign over you, if you're not putting down the fact that that's a lie. And this is that man's name was Caesar Borgia. Here he is right here. Y'all got this picture up? There he is right there. Same man, Caesar Borgia right there, but 5 people in that picture. The Borgia family. Why is that a mystery? Why isn't nobody putting that out? Only 5 people in that picture, the Borgia family, man. That's why he said, you don't want it to reign over you. You still accept that? You ain't putting that down to the utmost? You a citizen that hated him and would not want this black man to reign over you. Because, I mean, what did they say? They said, crucify him and let his blood be on us and on our children. You the children of those that crucified him, Mashiach Yahushua, if you going to stand for that. Oh, yeah, we're going to go into it later on tonight as we go through the Feast of Lights. Wicked Israelites. Even in this lesson, probably, we're going to go through it. Wicked Israelites. So you don't want him to reign over you? If you ain't putting it down, he talking to you. Luke 19:27. But those mine enemies, which were not that I, as a black man, when he walked the earth, should reign over them, he said, bring them in front of me, and slay them before me. Woo! I bet y'all ain't reading that in the scriptures. When last time you heard that read in your church? They ain't reading that one. Boy, it hurts, don't it? Yeah. Matthew 7:13. That's why y'all better. And you know, Warner Solomon, he the main one that had a modern day picture up. He drew that not too long ago. Well, a lot of things you see now, man, it's like this. It ain't old, it's new. That's why he said, Matthew 7:13, enter ye in at the straight gate. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. That's why I say, come out of her, my people, that you be not partaking of the sins, that you will receive her plagues, man. Hear what he said, enter ye in the straight gate. Only one person going in at a time. For wide is the gate, wide is this gate, and broad is the way of this world that leadeth to destruction, y'all. Many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate, narrow is the way. We just read that. That's why I say, y'all took the Apocrypha out of the Bible, 14 books, but you see he quoting from it. Same thing we just read. What did he say? Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth into life. Only one person going at a time. Remember he said fire on the right side, deep water on the left side. He said, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, everlasting life. And few, hear this? And few there be that find it. See. Say, few that be that find it. Let's look at Revelation 6. In the 8th verse, it say, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. Hear that? His name is Death, and everything he did and everything he put his hands to, hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth, to kill with sword. That's a blessing that we went over last night. That was given to Esau. He's going to live by the sword and have the fatness of the earth. To kill with sword and with hunger. Right now they're talking about food shortage. Y'all better be prepared. And with hunger. I mean, when you look at Masada, that was our last stance in 70 AD in Jerusalem, in Israel. Shoot, they starved us out, cut off the water. And with death, and with the beast of the earth. Think about it. We had to go up in them coliseums fighting beasts. The beast's gonna be hungry too. And to tell you that the ones that The Most High that endure to the end, and the Most High be looking over, the beast gonna be at peace with them. You better be ready, I'll tell you that. Ezekiel 5. Ezekiel the 5th chapter. And the 5th verse. Thus say the Most High Power. This is Jerusalem. This is we, the 12 tribes of Israel. He said, I have set it in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about it, because we are scattered among all the nations, because we didn't follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. That's why I'm so fervent in getting you to realize that you got to keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, his rules and regulations. And she have changed my judgments into wickedness. Hear that? We changed the Most High's judgment into wickedness. More than the nations. Hear that? We were more wicked than the nations. And my statutes more than the countries that are round about her. He put us in these countries and said, man, they doing better than you. But they have refused my judgments and my statutes. They have not walked in them. Therefore, thus say the Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because ye multiplied more than the nations that are round about you. It's cold, y'all. And have not walked in my statutes, neither have kept my judgment. You think about, he talking to all of y'all out there that's saying we ain't under the law of the Most High. We ain't got to follow his rules and regulations. He talking to y'all. Because one thing about we as Israelites, we're saying, at least I'm saying, fear the Most High, repent, keep his commandments, keep his laws, and cry unto the Most High. As you're doing the best you can in keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. Therefore, thus say the Most High Power, because you multiplied more than the nations, man, that are round about you, and have not walked in my statutes, neither have kept my judgments, neither have done according to the judgments of the nations that are round about you. Therefore, the punishment, thus say the Most High Power, behold, I, that's the Most High, even I, that's the Most High, I am against thee. You see, against us, and will execute judgments in the midst of thee, in the sight of the nations. That's why you say, wow, man, look at them, look at us. Who is being treated like us? Nobody. Nobody can say they've been treated like us. Nobody can say this applies to them like us. Therefore, thus say the Most High Power, behold, I, even I, am against thee, and will execute judgments. That's punishment, y'all. In the midst of thee, in the midst of us, the children of Israel, in the sight of the nations. Man. And I will do in thee that which I have not done, and whereunto I will not do any more the like, because of all thine abominations. Hear that? All our sins, all our wicked acts, man. Look what he said. We heard this before. Let's hear it again. Therefore the fathers shall eat the sons in the midst of thee, and the sons shall eat their fathers. And I will execute judgments in thee, and the whole remnant of thee will I scatter into all the winds. So they're going to scatter us into all four corners of the earth, man. We had to turn to cannibalism to survive. Wherefore, as I live, said the Most High Power, surely, because thou hast defiled my sanctuary with all thy detestable things, and with all thine abominations, therefore will I also diminish thee. So I'm going to cut you out. I'm going to kill you out. Because he tells you we want newer than the sand of the sea, the stars in the sky. He said, since we brought all these detestable things into, like y'all got all these detestable things in the churches now, man. Especially the Catholic Church got all kind of idols in there. And either you got that Caesar Borgia picture up there, that so-called white man picture, that's an abomination in the church. And that Last Supper picture with all Caucasians in there. 5 people. Look at the picture. It's like some kind of witchcraft on that picture or something. Everybody, I don't understand why nobody's bringing that out all the time. They fooled the nation with sorcery. Tell you that in Revelation 18 and 23. That's witchcraft. But he said he's going to diminish us as the children of Israel. Neither shall mine eye spare. Neither will I have any pity. Think about it. We quiet to the Most High. He had pity on us. But he said he ain't going to have no pity. So we got to do a whole lot of changing, y'all. Like he said, to be born again, you got to change. Really. He said, a third part of thee shall die by the pestilence, diseases, and with famine, food shortages. Don't have any food, shall they be consumed in the midst of thee. And the third part shall fall by the sword, round about thee. Weapons, guns, and so forth, killing each other. And I will scatter a third part into all the winds. A third part of us scattered amongst all the nations, right? All 4 corners of the earth. And I will draw out a sword after them. So you're going to scatter us. Man. He said, even though I'm going to scatter you into all these nations, he ain't finished with us. He said, once he scatters us in all these nations, well, we scatter right now. And what's happening? He said, I'm going to draw out a sword after them. Thus shall mine anger be accomplished, and I will cause my fury to rest upon them, and I will be comforted. Hear that? He said, thus shall mine anger be accomplished. He going to accomplish his anger in diminishing us. How you diminish the people? You kill them. He the one that killed and make alive, the Most High. Thus shall mine anger be accomplished, and I will cause my fury to rest upon them. Man, in our affliction, we're going to seek him early. And I will be comforted. Once he put his anger and his fury upon us, he said, then he's going to be comforted. And they shall know that I, the Most High, have spoken it in my zeal, when I have accomplished my fury in them. Y'all ready for this? So you're going to know the zeal of the Most High when he accomplished his fury on us. I know a lot of y'all probably turn it off right now. Y'all don't want to hear that because y'all don't believe it. You better hear what the Most High is saying, because it's something you probably ain't never heard in your life. Moreover, I will make thee waste and a reproach among the nations that are round about thee. This is all the curses. You can read all the curses from Deuteronomy 28:15 to 68. All this fit in there too. Making us disgrace among the nations that are round about thee in the sight of all that pass by. So it shall be a reproach and a taunt, an instruction and an astonishment. And you got to understand, the Most High will use other nations to do his will. You have them imps get into their minds to have them do what he says, to fulfill what he said to do. His ways and thoughts are not our ways and thoughts. Which one you gonna step to him and say, hey man, that was wrong? You ain't doing what he say do something. You should be able to go step to him and say, I don't accept that. You say you ain't under his laws, you ain't gotta follow his rules and regulations, so you might as well step to him. How you praying to the Most High, and y'all call him God, which is dog spelled backwards. Europeans invented that word, so y'all could be calling on them when you do say it, but you don't realize it. They put their pictures in the books. I just showed you it's them that say y'all call on Jesus, but that's them. So it shall be a reproach and a taunt, an instruction and an astonishment unto the nations that are round about thee. You be looking at you like, what's up with these people? When I shall execute judgments in thee in anger and in fury and in furious rebukes, I, the Most High, have spoken it. Step to the Most High on this. All you big bad suckers. You prideful. Step to the Most High on this. Because if it ain't come to you, it's coming your way. Like he said, we're going to go through the perils, the dangers. Ain't nobody escaping this. Look, the Most High said who he love it, he still chastens. When I shall send upon them the evil angels, excuse me, the evil arrows, that's come from evil angels. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows that come from evil angels of famine, you know? They talk about food shortage. Some people, they sending pictures where the shelves are empty. I got a picture where they had pictures of food, but behind the, like on a vinyl type of material, it had pictures of food on it, going down the aisle. Look behind it, nothing on the shelves there. Y'all better recognize. It's coming to your neighborhood grocery store. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, food shortages, which shall be for their destruction. You hear that? What's going to be for our destruction? In which I will send to destroy you. And I will increase the famine upon you and will break your staff of bread. We've been through this. Nothing new under the sun. The same thing going to happen over and over again till we get it right. So will I send upon you famine. We keep saying this over and over again. Y'all better hear famine is food shortages. You better prepare yourself. And evil beasts. Evil beasts. And they shall bereave thee. And pestilent diseases. People got all these diseases. Got diseases you can't even get rid of in this earth. Pestilences and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Most High, have spoken it. Now what you got to say about that? What you got to say about that? Don't be quiet now. You talking all that stuff. What you got to say about all that? He said, I, the Most High, have spoken it. How you going to stop that? What's your method of stopping that from happening to us as a people? Look at St. John 16 and 21. St. John 16 and 21, verse 21. A woman, when she is in travail, having a baby in them contractions, be far apart, have sorrow.